Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Winter of Woe the Gauntlet. This is the finale in this one. So here we are. There are going to be two parts, one on the left side and one on the right. And there's total 4 fights. Two of them are common ones, that will be Hulkling and also Spiderham. So starting off first, we are going to have an Aegon on the left side. Now with Aegon's kit, whenever you will hit him, he will gain all of these furies, and he's always at 1000 hits, so you cannot block him at all. So if you have a Ronan is like a cheese for this fight. Bring in Ronan and just keep him stunned on the corner and keep hitting it. Just that you know, my Ronan is a 5-star and also Sig 200, so stuns are a bit longer. But if you have like a 40 or 50 Sig Ronan, that also works. So yeah, you can just cheese it out like that. But if you don't have a Ronan, then the next best option is a Mystic option. Now if you use Hercules here, Hercules is just amazing for all the left side, and you can easily get all of this done. So if you have a Hercules, just throw on those suicides and get in, and he can run through the whole path on his own. If not, the Kate Bishop is also a good one. Titania is also a good option. All of these champions can do all the paths on their own. But if not, if you have to go through other options, Mystic champions are really great for this fight. You can use Mystic champions and use those buffs to your advantage, and you can use all of those nullifiers and do some extra damage, and you can take out Aegon. But for me, I'm going to use Ronan and just stun lock him and take him out. The nodes here on Aegon are Combo Shield, Combo Warm Up, Reinforcing Rush, Clean State, Cross Hunter, Connected Reactor, and Cement Shoes. Moving on to fight number 2 on the Gauntlet, it's going to be a Dani Monnstar. Now we have done this fight before. The nodes here are Combo Up, You Can't See Me, True Lies, Prowess Puncture, Special One Lock, Just Desserts, and Power Focus 2 along with Special 2 Bias. Now here what we are trying to do is we are going to use Ronan again, and we will try to hit while Dani Monnstar is blocking, so the falter gets activated and she gets a prowess. Now the sweet spot is at least 5 prowesses on Dani Monnstar. After that you can start hitting her and start throwing your SP1 and power and stun lock. Now I know this is a cheese method, not all the champions can do that, but if you have a Ronan, that is the best way to go about it. You get done with 2 fights without using any kind of resources. Now if you don't have that, again there are champions that can get through this fight very neatly. Somebody with power control works really well. Now you don't have any of the specific objectives, so you can use quite a lot of different tech champions for her. So for example, OG Vision can be used here. She will never get a special attack with OG Vision. You can also bring in Guillotine 2099. So plenty of different options can be taken in here. The whole thing about this fight is not to let her throw an SP2, and if she does throw an SP2, I think we all practice it a lot. We should be able to dex it by now. But just for the sake of not using any resources, I brought in Ronan, and yeah, I'm going to use him to take Dani Monnstar down. Now again, I'm gonna mention Hercules. If there is Hercules, this fight is way more easier. There is the Kate Bishop and Titania also that can take out Dani Monnstar as well. Now because you don't have those objective like small or medium or defensive tank, all of those restrictions, we can use any champion. So Hercules again can run through all of this path. You can just use one cosmic team with Hercules and maybe Venom for the boss, and you can just run through all of this path very easily. So I'm gonna let the cheese play out for Dani Monnstar. I'm gonna see you on the next fight, that is going to be a Hulkling. Fight number 3 is going to be a common fight on both the paths. That is going to be a Hulkling with Imperial Defiance, Superior Paragon, Deep Impact, Superpower Shield Turbo, Make a Stand, Invade, Inflated Ego, and Kinetic Absorption. Now, originally I wanted to bring in Hercules for this fight, but because he was in AQ, so I had to bring in Elsa Bloodstone. But remember that there is a gate at the start of this path where it requires you to bring 2 7-star champions. So if you are going to bring in a Ronan, it will not be possible to bring a Hercules. So just be careful about that. And I mean, any champion could work here that has their own kind of intercept. So for example, Elsa Bloodstone has her own assisted intercept, so you can do something very similar with Professor X as well. So there are champions that help you with an intercept, so that gives you openings against Hulkling, so you don't have to worry about the block damage. Now this fight is quite long. It took me quite a bit to bring him down, slow and steady, but I was able to bring him down. So the whole idea was to push him to an SP2 right here. As soon as he comes down, I use my heavy attack, the protection is down. Now I can hit him in the block and finish up with an SP2 and do some good damage on the block. It's all about hitting him on the block and doing damage. The usual champions work, like Valkyrie, like Massacre, all of those champions that do some good damage to the block can work here really well. Shang-Chi is another option that you can use for a faster fight, but for me, I had Elsa Bloodstone, so I had to bring in a 7-star for this fight, because my plan was to bring in a Ronan for the first 2 fights and then Venom for the last one. I was sure about that. With Hulkling, I had to use any 7-star champion, so I ended up with Elsa Bloodstone because she has an insistent intercept, and that helps me get openings on a Hulkling that I would not be able to with other champions. I would have to parry, and the parry damage would be too much. So it's a very painstakingly slow fight here that I am able to take down eventually. So yeah, check it out. And also, Elsa Bloodstone is a hero champion, so the last hit of her special will also stun Hulkling, giving you an opportunity to go back in and maybe push to an SP2 again or knock down along with the striker. So yeah, a really good champion, Elsa Bloodstone, for this fight if your usual options like Valkyrie are not available or Massacre are not available. And the final fight on the path is also going to be a new one, that is Spiderham. Will heal block passive, not afraid of stings, turn the tide, one too many hits, debilitate, gifted, embrace your fate, and cleaning contra. So put it simply, forget about all the nodes. The only thing you need to take care about is to have 3 stings on you. When you have 3 stings, all the damage that you take from a power sting, that is returned to Spiderham. But you also need to keep an eye on this timer on this on the left side of your health bar. It will correspond to the special attack that can be used during that timer. So right now it says 2. So if I use an SP2, I can do some damage to Spiderham. So just use your specials whenever they are ready, whenever they correspond to the number on the special attack timer, and you will be able to do quite a bit of damage. In one SP3, I've taken down Spiderham to 39%. Now by using Venom, I don't need to worry about the evade from Spiderham that makes him really annoying. All I'm going to do is to let him throw an SP1 out. I'm going to go back in and again build up to an SP3, use my striker in the meanwhile if I need to, and once I have an SP3 again, I'm going to try to get 3 or more stings on myself. Once I have those stings, I'm going to wait for the special timer to turn to 3, use that special 3, and by the time it will the animation will finish, because I will have 3 stings on me, it will be reflected back on Spiderham. So pretty easy and cheesy fight. So yeah, that's the whole path, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. 3 out of the 4 fights are cheesable, so you don't need to worry about using any kind of items on it, any resources. Only one fight is going to take time, that is going to be Hulkling, so you can come prepared for that one, and the rest of the 3 fights are easy. So I will see you on the next guide that will be on the right path. And apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.